Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Dereck's Psychedelicatessen. That's me, Dereck Higgins. Funny to see me say my name. And I want to thank Klemen for asking me to participate in his blog by posting reviews every now and then. And this is the first one. I plan to do a spectrum of reviews, music from the present and the past, loosely based on psychedelia, progressive um, aspects. And I'd like to start with an old album, and one that I don't know if it really gets its due. That's H.P. Lovecraft's second album, number two. Um, I consider this album pretty psychedelic, although it has elements of folk rock as well. And in fact, the lead singer, George Edwards, that's how he started out, was as a folk singer. I've had a copy of this record since I was a teen. Now, this is my second copy that I got not that long ago. It's in a little better shape. And what I'd like to say about this record is that when you put it on, it starts off somewhat conventional, maybe like a folk rock record. And that might fool you. You know, it's the song Spin, 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 written by Terry Callier, no less. It's a good song, and it's really well played. I believe his name is David Michael. The keyboardist in the band at the time was classically trained, so he's just wigging out on the keys. You know, band sounds great. But I'll tell you what, there are, in my opinion, three psychedelic gems on this album. Three gems. And the first one is Blue Jack of Diamonds on side one. Kind of a quiet song, starts off with a couple of pulses on the organ. Really sounds kind of ahead of its time, really, and then quietly sung. And it's just very evocative of a mood, you know, almost ambient in a way, which is, again, my first inklings of what ambient could be was through some of the spacier aspects of psychedelic songs that you hear. And then right after that is the fantastic song Electralentando. And this is a long piece, maybe about 5 or 6 minutes long, 6:21, and it just floats. It floats. In my opinion, really quite groundbreaking and overlooked. I heard about this album, I heard it on the radio of all things as a kid on underground radio, and it's the opening track for side two, which is just, in my opinion, a masterpiece of early psychedelia. It's the song called At the Mountains of Madness. I understand that the title is a reference to the writings of the author, the science fiction author H.P. Lovecraft, whom the band were named after, and they got his approval to use the name. But At the Mountains of Madness is just, in my opinion, a psychedelic progressive rock tour de force. Really excellently played, weird sound effects, guitar that is extremely psychedelic. The words are fanciful. I can't bring any of them to mind at the moment, but I want to point out those. Oh, we're not even done yet. Like I said, I think this is an album that has not received its due critically over time. I think H.P. Lovecraft 2 is to be highly recommended for lovers of psychedelia and progressive rock, especially early psychedelia. This record came out in, like, I think 1968. But you know, it goes on to Mobius Trip and High Flying Bird. They do a version of High Flying Bird. Many of you have heard that by, I don't know who offhand. It's an old song. But it's Nothing's Boy, which features guest narration by Ken Nordine, who has an unmistakable voice. Really heavy, really cool, man. Kind of like that. Yeah. Ken Nordine talking to you. You know what I'm saying? H.P. Lovecraft, in my opinion, is a diamond. Truly, in my opinion, should be raised to the status of a classic psychedelic relic of the 60s. Really pleased to start off my reviews with this album. one that I've had in my collection for a long time and still satisfies. I've got it playing softly in the background. I'm debating whether or not to fly in music, as I occasionally hear about copyright stuff, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But again, we're doing this for free, and we just want you all to hear this music. So I don't know what the deal is, but H.P. Lovecraft is the first offering to its psychedelic, baby. Check it out. This is a monster album. Thanks again, Klemen.